Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sylvia Salo and I help light workers and starseeds to remember who they are. And in this video I want to talk about sovereignty. Why is it so important? We are globally taking baby steps into our sovereignty. The sovereignty means that you know and recognize you are a divine being. And you are here to truly express your own divinity in a sovereign way, in a way that nothing outside of you is truly controlling the expression of your spirit, of your being. And this takes, as you can imagine, a lot of practice. And this is what I believe is now in the upcoming golden age to be one of the main topics for us to take our sovereignty back. Because in very distant past, we were sovereign. There was a time when we were one with our sovereignty, but then we started giving our power away. We let other influences to control us. And now is the time to take our power back. When you're standing in your sovereignty, you are one with your power. You are one with your source energy, your higher self's energy, and your I am presence. The energy of your I am presence can flow nicely through your higher self and your soul all the way down to your chakras, where it can be embodied. This is our task, to embody the energy. And so as we are stepping into our sovereignty, we are realizing that we can, to some extent, of course, command the reality. And I mean reality which is your own reality. I don't mean the reality, of course, there are cycles and there are other influences. There's collective conscious energy. And there are those cycles which provide perfect timing for different aspects of our DNA to awaken and for us to experience. So it's not all about us, but we can start commanding our own reality, which means that you don't let any external circumstances to control you, and you don't let subconscious programming of your mind to hold you back. You face your fears, you face your shadow, you integrate your shadow, you heal. This is when we are going through the awakening. It's your soul awakening your human self. So that transmission of energy and that merging of soul's energy and your human self energy can begin. It's your wake-up call. This is the very first fundamental step into our sovereignty. That's why it's happening globally. Because when we are in our sovereignty, we are one with who we are, and we know that we are whole. We know that nothing outside of ourselves can truly impact our reality, because everything is just a mirror to our internal universe. And when you really start playing with your sovereignty and stepping into it more and more, you realize that you are a creator of your reality. You are accessing your creative powers. And those creative powers can be applied in any circumstance. You realize that you are the creator, not the absolute creator. Please don't misinterpret what I'm saying, but you are a creator of your own reality, so the external doesn't have control over your internal world. When you are one with your sovereignty, you realize that there is so much you can create, there is so much you can do, there are so many ways to express your spirit flowing through you. And you'll get really creative, you'll get really active, because consciousness wants to express itself. It's natural for all of the life to always expand and express itself more and more. And so as you are getting in touch with your sovereignty, you will feel floods of inspiration. You'll be perhaps receiving visions, but it's not necessary. You might be experiencing, those moments when some energy is like moving you and you just know that it's a time for you to take a next step. And all that time, different genes within DNA are getting activated. Now about DNA activation, I know some people sometimes ask me, and some of that DNA activation of course happens naturally to everyone, to all of humankind. You don't have to worry about it. Then as you are going through the awakening, more and more codes are getting activated within your DNA. And then you will learn how to activate your own DNA, how to activate specific codes within your DNA, because consciousness again is activating itself. You'll have the answers, or you'll find teachers or people who can help you do it. But even without it, your DNA is always getting activated more and more and more. And it's getting activated more and more. You can access higher and higher consciousness. So the whole journey of sovereignty is the most difficult path you'll ever walk. Why? We all have tremendous amount of resistance to our sovereignty. It's so much easier to blame something on the outside. It's so much easier not to take responsibility. It's so much easier to find excuses. It's so much easier to sit in a pity. It's so much easier to just let the time pass and do nothing with it. It's so much easier to, binge watch TV or eat or numb themselves. It's easier. Of course it's easier. Because that unconscious way of living is easier. This is where your being needs minimum amount of energy and light to function. So we are like operating, functioning. It seems like we are living, but there is not so much consciousness moving through us. That's why that awakening needs to take place. But even if you are awakened, you'll still have so much resistance to your own sovereignty. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge it. If you feel like you are somehow lacking behind, if you see other people, embodying their highest selves, and you feel like you are not, one of those people, and you don't even believe that you might be one day, then I want to tell you it's alright. It's alright. You do so huge job that you don't even realize it. Your human self is truly aligning with the soul and with the higher self, and then your I am presence. It's enough work already. So be loving to yourself. You have to own your own journey. It's different and unique. It's different from other people. But what's common for all of us, we are stepping into that sovereignty. Like think about amazing ascended masters on this planet like Buddha or Jesus Christ. This is how that sovereignty looks like. Couldn't they command miracles? They could. Why? Because they fully commanded their own being. They could fully connect with their spirit and channel it to this reality. They were not running away from their shadows. They transformed them. They were healing, integrating, and then they started acting, because the path of sovereignty is truly about the daily embodiment. Sometimes I understand it, sometimes people ask me how can I get enlightened or something like that. Well, you can get enlightened if you first stop thinking about it, and second, if you really treat every moment as an opportunity to express your deepest essence. And if you treat every moment as the most perfect moment there is, because, it's actually the ego within us that is attached to something shiny and marvelous and amazing. The spirit is like, everything is divine. Every moment is sacred. It doesn't have to be something special. It's just to entertain the ego in us. So no matter where you are on your journey, no matter how your life looks like, in every single second, You have the opportunity to embody your highest self. And this is the path of sovereignty. It means taking your power fully back and doing what you came here to do, so you don't let your responses to be, influenced by the external environment. And you know what will happen? That external environment will change as well. It will become more loving. Your energy and the energy of other people will start to harmoniously co-create together. This is what will happen. It will be much more beautiful, because that's the only way. This is kind of like one of those paradoxes. We are here to fully fall in love with the truest expression of our deepest essence and give it space. So it means you are here to be unique. When you do it, you'll realize you are one with other people, you are connected with them, you are same as other people. All at the same time. Through that uniqueness, we actually tap into that energy of unity. So the path of sovereignty truly is about tapping into your highest essence. And it truly is about saying what's true for you. So for instance, maybe this is a silly example, but it's just what came to me. So let's say you go out with friends and they might force you to have a drink and you don't want to. And this is an important moment. What will you do? What kind of person you will be? Will you suppress your truth so that you fit in and you have that drink? Or you will stand up for yourself and you will speak up what's true for you. And you'll step into your power. What will you do? So every moment offers us an opportunity to truly exercise our sovereignty. You don't need any different circumstances than you have right now. Your life is a training field. We are mostly just training here. It's rather like a computer game. Just look at what you have, look at the cards you've been given, and play the best game you can. So please let me know if you would like to have more videos on sovereignty and if you have any other questions on this topic. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.